Bonsoir à tous. Hello everybody. Good morning for East Coast. Good afternoon for West Coast. Non, l'inverse. Bonsoir à tous. On a la chance ce soir de pouvoir faire une petite interview avec Morgan Weske, fondatrice de Danceskate, du média Danceskate. On va pouvoir lui parler de plein de choses parce qu'elle patine elle-même. We are delighted. We have the pleasure tonight to have Morgan Weske with us for this talk, and so we are delighted to be able to ask her about her dance career, about her roller skate career, and also about the media that she created. Et vous allez pouvoir poser vos questions dans la petite box avec le point d'interrogation. Je vous invite à y aller. You're going to be able to ask your question using the little question mark that is on the bottom of your screen. Morgan is going to join us. Alors, mademoiselle qui me demande de parler en français, malheureusement, je vais être surtout en anglais parce que notre interlocutrice est américaine et donc ça va être en anglais. Mais je suis sûr que vous allez réussir à comprendre avec mon gros accent français. Guys who are English speakers, sorry about my accent, but I'm sure you're gonna be able to understand. We are waiting for Morgan to join. Let me check. C'est parti. Elle nous c'est en train de se connecter.
Hi.
Hello. Bonjour. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. Do you speak French?
No. I wouldn't.
No, you don't speak French? Okay, that's okay. I do speak a little English. I'm sure you're going to understand what I'm saying. And sorry about the accent, but we're going to make it though.
We're going to make it work. I tried to learn French once since I was a kid. I had a tape cassette and I was like determined to learn.
Okay, so give me a word in French though. Give me a word in French. You say non. One more.
Bonjour, Sylvie, ça va? Is that something?
Bonjour.
No.
Very good.
Very
good. No, you made it good. You made it good. So thanks for your time. Thanks for being with us. As you know, we are a skate brand, but we are part of a culture, a roller skating culture, and we are delighted to be able to talk with you about for half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
About your roller skate career, dance career, about the media that you create. So please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to be here. I'm going to prop you up right here. It's so bright. It's dark there right now though, right? It's 9 p.m.
Yes, nighttime in Paris.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say I love your skate brand. It's so cool. Jackie Cross is one of my best friends, so I've seen her skates, shoes come off and on. Those are so awesome.
Cool. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So your question is, what was your
Who
question?
are you?
Who am I?
Who are you?
That's
Yes.
a deep question. I don't know how to answer that.
What's your name? So we're gonna start slowly. What's your name?
Yes. I am Morgan Weske. I am a.
Where are you from?
I live in Los Angeles. I live in Venice Beach. I love Venice. It's my home now. Originally, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I've been out here.
When did you move to the?
Five and a half years. Yeah.
Okay.
Moved out here to be a professional dancer and choreographer. And I do still do that. But when I got into roller skating a few years ago, that kind of just like took over. And now I'm a full-time roller skater.
I got you. So that means that you're mainly you were a dancer, foot dancer, feet. I don't know how to say, but without skates.
Without skates? I do still book dance jobs, like backup dancing, but not as often because roller skating is such like a specific niche that that kind of just started taking over when I got more into roller skating. But
okay. So when you came in LA, it was to dance on feet without skate.
On feet, yes. So
but you were already a skater? Were
Do
you
I?
already skating at this? Were you already skating at the time?
Yeah, I was skating like as a kid, but no, I wasn't really skating. I really just moved out here to be like I wanted to go on tour with Janet Jackson. Like I was ready to like be on the big stages. And then I
Wow.
started booking choreography gigs. Like within 2 months of living here, I choreographed a music video for Warner Brothers. And it was no dancing, it was just all creative movement. Like we shot it backwards. The director used to do the OK Go videos. So we did it all backwards. The artist had to learn it backwards and stuff like that. So I love like the creative process of anything. Now when I book music videos, like choreographing, they hire me to not just choreograph the dance scene on feet, but also the skate scene. And
Okay.
so now it's
And
like
how
any
did you
music
get
video I'm
into
a part of,
skating?
skating and dancing. What?
How did you get into skating though? Coming
And skating?
from
Okay, so this is a cool story. So I think it was like I was like living out here for 2 years, and I started getting kind of depressed because just like the acting world, the dance world is so competitive and like cutthroat, and it's like you got to have a specific look. Like if you want to go on tour and dance for an artist, you have to be like that edgy girl. So I remember I had like purple hair, like have like a very specific look about you, unless you had like a really killer um, skill or something. So anyways, I started getting really, really depressed because I just wasn't making a living as a dancer. I was still having to bartend and do other things. And I'm like, I moved out here. I'm training every day. I'm taking classes like 5 times a day sometimes and going to the studio. So then I just took my rollerblades before I had quads down to the beach. So I was like, I'm just going to go skate by the beach. And I discovered the Venice skaters who I've been skating with now for like the last 5 years. And I just saw them and they had music playing and everyone's just dancing and skating right by the beach under the palm trees. And it was so eclectic and eccentric. It was like so much freedom. And I just like fell in love. And I was like, oh my God, this is everything I've ever wanted. And so I found myself, speaking of like being depressed and stuff, I found myself coming down to Venice Beach every Saturday and Sunday. I would drive down there an hour from North Hollywood, where I was living then, and to come skate. And then I would get upset because I was like, Morgan, this is so unproductive. You should be in the studio, in the dance studio, training, getting ready for auditions, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, but this is the only thing that's making me happy right now. And long story short, next thing you know, everything that I was trying to do in the dance world, like in the entertainment industry by booking jobs and whatnot, I started doing in skating. And it's like just by following what made me happy, end up taking care of me in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So
I
it's
got you.
like I booked like a National Union commercial after skating out there, and I didn't go to an audition, no casting directors, just producers saw me. So it's like everything that I was seeking for in the dance world, I end up getting in the skate world. I think simply because I was following my bliss. And
Wow.
that's a very in-depth answer to your question, but that's kind of how I got into it. And then I fell in love with Venice. A lot of people know me from skating in Venice. I learned a lot from like Terrell Ferguson, Dee Upshaw, Jimmy Rich,
Yep.
uh,
Yep. All the
Jeffrey
OGs from
Young,
Venice Beach.
Cam, all of them. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that means that you're like kind of because last week we were with Kandai
Yeah.
on this island,
Yes.
and here in France, most of the people that have gigs or stuff like that, they come either from artistic skating, they have been skating for 15, 20 years or plus, or they come from other, but they've been skating a lot, a lot, a lot. But listening to you, it's been like 5 years that you are really into skating,
Yeah. Yeah. 5.
and you are making your living
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah. So it was 2017. I was able to quit bartending, and I was doing really well just as a skater. But then again, it is freelance, so it's hard because like when you do like anything freelance,
Depends.
you gotta
Yep.
you
Yep.
gotta have other things to grab. So I also have a background in film, film production and social media and digital media design. So I do like freelance gigs like that too on the side when things are kind of like slow. So
Got you.
I do have
But
like
I mean,
other side gigs I'll pick up here and there.
for people who are listening to you, and you're like you can be a kind of example, because coming from, I mean, you were a dancer already, so you have a specific body background, and the rhythm and all the techniques you have, they might be really able. And I saw you dance, so I know that they are really helpful for your dance skate. But it's like, guys, if you put yourself really into skating, you can end up having a little money out of it and doing fun gigs and everything. I mean, it might be also because of where you are, because in LA, this is the place where there is the most opportunities, I think.
Yeah, LA has a lot of entertainment. Like, I met one guy who was a full-time professional double dutcher, and I was like, that's a thing? And they're like, it's LA, anything's a thing. And so but yeah, as a dancer, like when it comes to like doing the gigs, the paid jobs and stuff, I would almost say that's more of like more based on performance than it is skills, if that makes sense. I mean, skills do matter, but when it comes to like dancing or like skating on stage, performing, it's more about just being like performing, like a performance than it is like, watch me do like this sick skill right here. You know what I'm saying? Actually, Jackie Cross made a really great meme yesterday. She said what people think a professional skater is and what a real professional skater is, and she's skating around in this big bubbly thing. I did something like that recently with Kim Manning. We wore like these big furry monster outfits, and we were paid to like roller skate around like that. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's so many different types of like professional skate gigs where like one you're just like entertaining like kids and everything, which I love kids, so I'm not ever complaining. And then
performing and technique is two different stuff. You have some people who are great performers with not so much technique, and you have sometimes people who have the best technique, but this is not their style to shine or to perform or stuff like that. And coming from dance, you had this performing background, and coming, as you said, you made Janet Jackson, you danced for her. So coming from that, obviously you had those skills to take the light, to be in the light.
Yeah, it's not always technique, not at all, for sure. It's just about being like a huge beam of light on stage.
Okay.
I was in Venice Beach and didn't have the chance to dance with you. Mad roller dance. Aw, let's make it happen again. Hey, what's up, everybody?
By the end, I will take the question and ask the question that people have. They can put their question, and I will ask them to you. I have a few more questions, because we know you from this the fact that you are a dancer, and that we see you more and more in gigs, in videos and stuff. But we also know you from the media you create, Dance Skate. Can you tell us how it came out?
Yes, let's talk about that. That's gonna be fun. Okay, so I've had it. First of all, it started off with my YouTube channel. I had my channel back in 2009, and it's just first of all, YouTube was just like a platform where I'd post my reels, because you have to have like a dance reel and an acting reel and a skate reel and a voiceover, blah 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 blah, like in LA. So I would just post stuff like that, and then I would post like just fun like dance videos and skate videos. And then I got invited 2 years in a row to go to a YouTube convention where like famous YouTubers were there, like PewDiePie, all the biggest YouTubers. And I started getting advice from a lot of people, and they were telling me that you should make your YouTube channel more specific. And they said, I think PewDiePie, he said, don't make videos for everyone, make videos for someone. So I was like, okay, it's good to have a niche, to be more specific. So I was like, what can I do? So I look at my YouTube channel and I notice it's all skate videos and dance videos. Skate videos, dance videos. Skate, dance, skate, dance, skate. And so I was like, I can't narrow it down anymore. I mean, I've started a jewelry line at one point, and I tried doing this and that and stunt acting and this and that. And it's like, okay, I want to do it all, but I got to like narrow it down to two things. So I tried narrowing it down to those two things, come up with dance skate. And then I noticed there's a lot of platforms for roller skaters who are always like in the bowls and the skate parks. And I wanted to specifically like highlight all the dance skaters, like skaters who dance on skates too. And I wanted to bring that out there. And so I wanted to show the world that there's so much incredible talent out there. So I didn't make dance skate about me, which is a lot of people don't even know who runs dance skate, and that's totally cool. So many people think I'm a dude because they're always like, thanks, bro. And I'm like, yeah. I just let them think it. But the whole point was that I wanted to show people like all the talent that there is in the world. And my mission with dance skate, like my mission, because I'm a huge humanitarian at heart, is that I want to break down walls of like prejudice and walls of segregation. And I want to not just feature amazing talent and show everybody all the amazing talent there is out there, but I want us to all come together, whether it's jam skating or rhythm skating or artistic skating or toe stops versus no toe stops, or outdoor skating versus indoor skating, or culture versus culture, or race of race, gender, age, everything. Like I want to break down barriers, no more prejudice, no more segregation, no more like shit talk about artistic skating or rhythm skating or toe stop versus no toe stop. I want to like everything come together and literally have that mission of skate love that Michelle from Barcelona has, which is the best skate love. That's what it is. We should all be like one family, no hate. And I do my best, my very due diligence to research dance skaters online to make sure I can like post every style of skating from different parts of the world, and also very entertaining clips. And I want to post like good entertainment.
This is on the Instagram page, because on the dance skate page, on the dance skate, the YouTube page, I mean on your YouTube page, because not dance skate is the video that you produce, that you are producing.
Yes. So there's a difference there. So with Instagram, I'm doing two different methods. So I actually have a degree in social media. I know that's a thing. It's so weird. So I'm doing the shout out method, which is why it's been growing really fast. I just started it like towards the end of December, and it's been growing really relatively fast.
Yep.
And
so it's less than 6 months though. December you started.
It was December 15th. I don't remember. So I do the shout out method, and then I do another method, which is like like I post like 2-3 times a day sometimes, which nobody could just like do that, because if I posted like 2-3 times a day on mine, people would be like, ugh, I'm tired of seeing your face, Morgan. But like on Dance Skate, it's like different people. So it's like, okay, now I'm telling you my strategies, but oh well. So that's what I do. So, but then also on top of that, I trickle in my Dance Skate videos. So in the meantime, I'm reposting other people's videos, shouting them out, because it's all about my mission is to bring skaters together, bring the love together, break down walls. So I'm shouting people out like that. But in the meantime, I'm editing videos, whether it's like tutorials or Q&As or interviewing Dee Upshaw or having Jimmy Rich teach a tutorial. I got Kim Manning doing a review on some roller skates, and I got a few other people doing reviews right now. It's not me, it's them, because I want Dance Skate to not just be about me, I want it to be about them. So I'm editing other videos, and then once I'm done with them, I throw them into the Instagram mix, because I don't want it to just be Dance Skate videos. I want Dance Skate to, it's also reposting people's videos, shouting them out and crediting them 100%. And then also throwing in some videos I'm making. But I'm not reposting other people's videos on Instagram. I mean on YouTube, just Instagram. And then
I got you.
It's the specific videos that I make. And then also my YouTube has an 80-20 strategy. Like, have you ever heard of the 80-20 concept?
Not yet.
The 80-20 concept, 80%, 20%. So 80% of my YouTube channel is Dance Skate. The other 20% is Morgan Weske, because I'm still going to post. I still love making skate videos and dance videos of myself, and I'm still going to do that. But I want 80% of the channel to be Dance Skate. which is why like you
I
might
got you.
see some videos it's just whatever, and then you might see other videos that say Dance Gate episode 4, 5.
Okay.
I've also got a little behind on my editing because I'm currently editing a full web series for another job I have, a freelance job I have. And that's been taking up like 40 hours out of my week. So that's been taking up my time. So I'm kind of getting behind on all these Dance
But
Gate projects.
the Instagram is still going though, and this is something I wanted to ask, but you already answered by saying it was a mission. But because I think this is the only media I know that is broadcasting, that is showing, as you say, different type of skating, from artistic to GB to Cali slide to the European. You can see even Russian people dancing, or Japanese, or whatever, and all kind of levels too, because you don't show only the best skaters. And
That's
this
the
is,
thing is that,
as
I
you
don't
say,
want to do
the
that.
skating and dancing. I mean, skating is huge, because from a fast skater to a derby player to a ramp skater and to a dancer, there's many disciplines and many worlds. But into dancing, from an artistic skater to a GB skater, there is also a huge world. I mean, it's really rich, and this is the only media I know that is showing that. So I want to thank you, because as a viewer, as a follower, I enjoy looking at it.
Thank you.
And I wanted to ask. So I looked at the episode on Dayskate on YouTube, and there we saw Candice, Dee, Jimmy Rich, Nicole. So artistic skaters and Venice Beach skaters. Are you planning to do other interviews like that? People maybe not from LA. Maybe there is some worlds that you didn't explore, like rhythm skating.
Yes. Actually, I have a huge announcement, and I haven't made this announcement yet, but I'm going to do it right now. Okay. Hope my mom's watching.
Who's next?
My mom's going to be excited. Okay, so I've been wanting to get out of LA because I don't want to look biased. For one, like I don't want to have like all my dance skate videos be Morgan's friends and everyone I skate with, right? Like I'm trying not to be biased at all. I want to get everywhere, like every style. And also I wanted to touch note on like you said something like just the best skaters. It looks like sometimes I just post the best skaters, but I don't always want to do that. But also from a business marketing standpoint, I want to post things that are entertaining. So it doesn't have to be someone who's the best, but at least entertaining. I mean, because I have a marketing background, so it's like I know like sometimes I can look at something and know if it's going to get a lot of views or not. So I'm trying not to be biased versus like beginners, intermediate, or advanced skaters. But I do tend to post more advanced skaters, but I'm trying to not do that because I want all skate love, like I talked about. Like skate level is included into like the same thing with like race, gender, age, style, parts of the world, everything. So but anyway, so now I'm trying to get to other skaters. I want to get to Chicago and get some of the JB skaters because that's like the home of JB skating. And then I want to hit up other areas. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to, I got to be careful how I say this because we're quarantined. I'm driving, not flying. I'm going to be driving across the United States. Don't worry, I'm going to get out of the United States and come to the UK. I'm going to come to other countries. I just got to get the money first, and we got to get out of quarantine. This whole pandemic has to eventually
all will happen.
Dissolve. It will. So right now I'm about to drive across country. I'm going to go back to my hometown, Tennessee, and live there for like a month because I got a lot of work, and I'm going to help run Moonlight Rollerway, this new roller rink that's opening up by my girl Adrienne. So I'm going to be driving across country and hitting up some cities along the way to try to interview some skaters that I don't know. Like I don't want to interview just people I know and friends I know, but new people, and try to hit up like Chicago. I do want to hit up Atlanta, but I'm already like getting a lot of people in Atlanta. I want to hit up, I got skaters I know in Utah, Texas, in other areas, New York. So I want to drive to all these places and start interviewing some of them. But I don't want all of them to be interviews. Some of them will be interviews, some will be tutorials by them, just different things in there just to mix everything in the pot so it doesn't get too stagnant with just interviews. But that's my plan that I plan to do by June.
Okay, so I have a request. If you go to Tennessee, I want an interview of T-Stax. I already met him, but he's from Tennessee. Though.
Yeah.
I met him in London, but he's a cool dude and he's a really skilled skater.
Amazing.
You talked a little bit about Moonlight Roller Lounge. Guys,
yes, I
Morgan
will.
can entertain you every weekend. She's doing virtual roller skate party during quarantine. Can you tell us about that and how does it go?
Yes, sir. I would love to. So last Saturday, me and Adrian from Moonlight Roller in Chattanooga, Tennessee. That's my girl Adrian. So she's launching her new roller skates, the Moon Boots, which are pre-selling May 15th. Check it out, which I wanted to pick your brain about, which I'll get there in a second. And then she's also opening a 21 and up lounge, which is near the Chattanooga Choo Choo. And then she has a mobile disco truck with rental skates that goes to festival to festival. So anyways, I started doing these, sorry, it's so loud out here. I started doing these IG live takeovers. And then we were talking, because I had a few people do some takeovers last week. And this week I have Storm Skater from the UK and some other people taking over. And then we were talking, she's like, what if I do... She's like, I want to do a virtual roller disco. She's like, what if I did it on your page? I was like, yeah, it's a takeover, because it goes with the theme. So we're like, hell yeah, let's do it. So we planned it this Saturday. Then we're like, let's get other people to jump in. So then we started asking some skaters that we're already friends with, hey, would you want to jump in for 10 minutes and request to go live with us and perform? And yeah. So then Adrian got a DJ to come out, spin music right then. She set it up.
What kind of music was it?
Everything. We're trying to go with the same genre of everything. Just kind of there was disco, there was hip hop, it was pop, house, EDM, a little bit of everything. And we kind of try to cater to each skater. So we did take song requests from each skater ahead of time, so that way the DJ can kind of splice them into his mix. So yeah, last Saturday we had our first virtual roller disco. It went from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern time, which was 5 to 7 my time, and
in the middle of the night in France. It was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh man!
But I mean, it's hard with time. It's morning for you, it's night for us. So it's like this.
No, I don't know what to do about that. That's a hard call.
You can't do anything about that. But don't worry. People who want to skate, they'll skate anyway. It was on Saturday night, so 2 o'clock. Yeah. Normally we're in the clubs. We stay at home and we dance.
Right, exactly. So yeah, it was a huge success. We had some really big skaters come in, like Push, Camille, and so now we were talking and we're like, we got to continue this for the rest of May. So now we're doing one this Saturday on my birthday, and then we got one the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th, and we got a lineup for this week. And so we hit up different skaters. We're trying. The hard part is just like with my mission with Dance Skate, is trying to hit up different skaters from different areas of the world who also have different styles and different ethnicities and different everything, culture, everything. So that way we can be a big melting pot of skaters. But secondly, the hard part is that we want to get people who are active on Instagram and also have a pretty good engagement. I mean, it shouldn't be about numbers, but we're just trying to get people who are very active on Instagram and engaged, so that way they can help promote promote this thing too. And it's just a skate party. That's all
so
it is.
Every Saturday we have to be on live on Dance Skate, nighttime for European and evening for US people.
Yes.
And the Asian morning skate.
Say what?
For the Asian people, it's morning skate. It's the morning skate routine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In Australia, it's 10 a.m.
Okay, but why not? Breakfast roller party.
Yes. We had some skaters from Australia that we're going to do this one, but I think we have them for the next week.
Okay. Before going to the question that people are asking, I wanted to ask you, how do you see the skating evolution nowadays when you started, now how it became, and how do you what do you think it's gonna become?
So wait, are you asking about the evolution of skating in the last 5 years, or evolution of skating like entirely?
Evolution of skating for you.
For me, okay, okay. That's been really cool. Really cool. So when I started skating off in Venice, this is just an example. I was like the youngest skater there, and then now it has like I'm not, meaning that there's like it's more than tripled in size. Like when I started skating out here in Venice in 2016, 2015, it was like this, and then now it's like, and it's so awesome. Like it's just so awesome.
Okay.
Okay,
So
Morgan,
it's getting bigger.
So it's grown a lot. It's grown a whole lot, especially with like more skate brands. Like when Impalas came out, that helped. Like of course when Moxie skates came out with all like the rainbow skates, that really helped blow it up. And then other skate brands started coming out left and right, and then more people start introducing more roller skates and stuff. So every time it's just adding to it. It's nothing negative. It's all positive. And there's just it keeps growing and expanding. And I was talking to Adrienne from Moonlight the other night and last night, and she was telling me that statistically skates have gone up 12% in sales since like a decade ago, I guess. 12%, that's like a lot. And so now everyone's getting roller skates. Everyone's starting to roller skate. It's amazing. It's really like it's coming back again. I mean, skating never went anywhere. It's not like a lot of the roller rinks have never been in the media. And then plus, social media wasn't even a thing 10 years ago. So it's like skating has always been around. But of course, there's fewer roller rinks. There used to be so many rinks back in like the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And then roller rinks started like dying and dying and dying.
But there is more outdoor skating. I mean, roller skating is 300 years old. So as you said, it's from waves, it's going down, it's going up. Now it's coming back, and every time it's in a different way. I mean, in Paris, there is no skating rink at all.
What?
No skating rink at all in Paris. Nope. Sometimes parties, no indoor roller rink. In the beginning of the 19th century, there were 12, and people were going to dance valse on skate. But it was the beginning of the 20th century. Yeah, it was something very, very bourgeois, very for poshy people. It was a leisure at this time. So history of roller skating is really rich. But I had your point of view, and so it's coming back. It's growing in a new way, though, with a lot of roots, but in a new way. Okay.
I love being outside. Yes, go ahead.
Do you have because it's a question that often comes back. Do you have an advice for beginners? Because, and especially you, as you were skating around a little bit, but you really went into skating not few years ago. So do you have an advice for beginners that want to start skating?
Yeah. Okay. There's a few different things. First of all, just go ahead and buy some affordable skates that you can get so you can get rolling. Because I know a lot of skaters put it off because they can't afford it or whatever. Just get anything, even from a thrift store, just to get rolling because it's so much fun.
Yeah, $20 you can have some skates on eBay.
Yeah. I started off when I got my first quads. They didn't even fit me. They were like 2 sizes too big from a thrift store, just because I wanted to roll, right? And then eventually over time, like you can progress and get better and better skates. Secondly, don't be afraid to fall. Like, check this out. I fell yesterday. Oops. Sorry. I fell really bad yesterday. That was disgusting. I know. I'm so sorry.
And now you look proud. You look proud of yourself. It makes you.
Yes. Yeah, you're always going to fall, and don't be afraid of falling. It's good to learn to fall safely if you can. How do you fall safely? Yeah, that's a really good question. It's a real thing. Like if you ever get into rock climbing and you do bouldering, you start learning how to like compress and to like fall softly instead of like tensing up. Yeah, so I would say falling safely would be like not tensing up and just kind of like rolling out of it. Like if I were to fall, I'm like, woo, You know what I'm saying? So, and don't be afraid of falling, because you're always going to fall. Just get back up, keep going. Always like stay small, especially if you're going really fast. I do a lot of like extreme street skating. Like one of my favorite things that I don't really share, post a lot, is that I skate in the middle of like, not always in the middle, but like in the streets, like Mighty Mighty Ducks. I love doing that. I go like really fast backwards and turn around, because I'm just like an adrenaline junkie, so I love doing that. But stay small, so that way the lower you go, the more safe you are. And then also when it comes to skating, like really fast, you can stagger your feet, have one foot in front, and lift up that front toe, so that way if that front toe were to hit something, it would catch it. So here's my back skate, here's my front skate, staggered, so that way you cover more room, because the closer you are, that's less room. This covers more room, so you're more stable. And then the front foot lifts the toe a little bit, so if you hit something, you catch it, instead of just like diving nose deep. Is that a word?
Got you.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay,
beginner
thank
fitness,
you.
yeah. Oh, and don't be
Practice.
afraid. Post everything. Post your progress. Progress videos get even more. A lot of people are like, I'm not good enough yet to post anything. Screw that. Yes, you are. Like, go ahead and share the world with what you're doing, because people love that. People love when you post things that are relatable. When you post more pretentious things, sometimes people hate it. So it's like,
Got you.
just post the
Matt, that is listening to you, is saying when you are doing your skate trip, you should go to Skate Moab in Moab, Utah.
Go where?
Skate Moab in Moab, M-O-A-B, in Utah.
And go skating Utah?
Yeah, he say you should go by Utah and going in a ring that is called Skate Moab. It's in the comments. You will be able to see it.
All right, I'll look
and
it
in
up.
the comments, Simon is asking, do you think roller skating is a man world?
A man's world?
Yeah.
Like men? Like versus
Like
women?
men, like not
Is
women.
it a man's
Yes.
world? It's funny.
Is it a woman world?
It depends on your perspective, honestly. Because like, I've seen people on Instagram like complaining about algorithms only showing this and algorithms only showing that. It really comes from your perspective, because a lot of people, I've heard the opposite, say it's a woman's world. Only women roller skate and only women do this. But then you go to like some roller rinks and you're like, it's only men. So it really depends on like which, I mean, is your cup pretty full or empty? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, depends where you're looking, because you look over here, it seems like it's all women, and you look over here, it seems like it's all men. So I wouldn't say it's like dominated by either or. I mean, I have been to rinks where I felt like it was dominated by men, and I go other places where like men won't even put on skates because they think it's a woman's thing.
At Flaneurz, we have half of our customers are men, half are women. It's
really?
almost half-half. Yes,
yeah.
It's almost half-half. And if you look at, like, I don't know, skateboarding, it will be men. If you look at, I don't know, other extreme sport, they will be mainly men. And I think this is a particularity about roller skating that is almost average. I mean, as you said, the artistic world, there is more women. Maybe in the rhythm skating, there is more men. Aggressive skating, there is more men. Roller derby, more women. But in total, it's like average. And for an extreme sport, it's kind of rare. So it's one of the richness of roller skating, maybe.
Yeah.
Another question, which is more about the gossip. How was it to dance with Janet Jackson?
Oh, I didn't do it. I'm saying I want to do it.
I wanted to do it.
I want to do it. I didn't do it. I was like, that was my mission when I moved out here. I was like, I'm going to
your
be a backup
mission.
dancer
Got
for
you.
Janet Jackson. What?
Okay, so not yet. So maybe one day. Skate will help, maybe.
I do have some really big things happening this year that I wasn't supposed to talk about, but I'm going to go ahead and say one of them. So me and a few skaters, we're going to go be skating at the Olympics this year. And of course that fell through.
Yeah, but Olympics are canceled.
The Olympics is now next year, 2021.
Okay, so you're going to go skate there?
If it's, I guess next year. Yeah. If I'm not doing something else. I actually booked 5 things this year, and I said yes to all of them. I was just waiting to see which one happened first.
Okay, got you. I think. Let me see. There is other question. How about age? Do you think you'd be a great skater at any age?
Yes, yes, definitely. So the cool thing about LA, it's so eccentric. A lot of people I skate with are actually in their 50s, and some of them are in their 60s and 70s, and they're amazing. I tell you this, when it comes to aging, is that your body's like a rubber band. If you continue to stretch it and use it, it will always be elastic. If you stop using it and stop stretching, then that's when your body gets old. So always continue to use your body, because there's a lady, I mean, I think she's in her 70s, and she's dropping it down in her splits. Her splits. And you don't see me. I'm turning 32 this weekend, and I'm not, my splits don't look like that. Mm-mm. So yeah, continue to
Okay, so
use your body, and it
and
will.
I will add also that skating is really good for body compared to like running. You don't have for the
Oh yeah,
articulation, and so skating
running
is
is
really good for your body.
yeah,
So running is more hard for the articulation.
it
Skating is a
is.
more smooth movement.
Oh
So
yeah.
even to start, I know people who starts late. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
harder, of course, and you don't skate the same way when with age. But I mean, you can't. There is some people skating in their 80s, and they are having a blast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, skating. I remember I was on my soccer team as a kid, and all the girls had these knee braces on, like this little like fabric knee things, and our soccer coach was like, "Y'all should pick up roller skating because you're great for your knees." And I was like, "I rollerblade," and I was the only
No,
girl on the soccer team that did not have a knee brace. So yeah, skating is so great for your knees, because it's a side to side motion, so your MCL and ACL builds up really, really well.
okay, so it was I think the best advice we gave. Keep on skating. The beginner have to practice and trust in themselves and in the capabilities, and you don't have to stop skating until you're dead.
Oh, hell no. Sorry, excuse my French. Just kidding. Do you ever hear that saying? When people are like, excuse my French.
To wrap up the video, is there something you want to add? Something we have to follow? Something we absolutely have to see? You can go follow Morgan Weske on YouTube. You can go follow dance.skate on Instagram. You have to go and dance in the virtual roller skate party with Moonlight Roller Lounge on
Yes,
Saturday. What else?
Saturday. Yeah, exactly what you said. Follow on YouTube, and follow on Instagram, Dance Skate, and um, yeah, follow on Dance Skate and join our virtual roller discos this Saturday and every Saturday. And if you would like me, sorry, one second, I'm gonna move. If you would like to be featured on Dance Skate, get my attention. DM me. Oh my God, it's loud everywhere I go.
Yeah, I
Get
know
my
you.
attention, so that way, DM me a lot, tag me, and I'll try to feature you on Dance Skate. And yeah,
Guys, you can get famous on Dance Skate.
famous. That's a strong word.
I saw one video of mine on Dance Skate one day. I didn't post myself, but I saw myself on Dance Skate
Oh,
already
you
one
did?
day.
Which one was it?
It was a group from Paris. I was in a video of a group from Paris
Oh, really?
long time
Send me
ago.
your
Yeah,
videos.
yeah, yeah,
I want to post you. I'll make you famous.
yeah. Thank you, Morgan. Thank
Yes,
you very
thank you.
much for
Can I ask
for
you
your
a
time.
question?
Yes, please.
Okay. Have you thought about? Sorry, I get so excited. I just start dancing. Have you ever thought about like? Okay, so no one is doing what you're doing. Sorry, now tables have turned. I'm interviewing you. No, have you ever thought about turning? Like, has any other skate company ever hit you up to turn their boot into a removable shoe skate?
The very famous one actually did. We started, but then it didn't went far. But then what you have to think, because a lot of people are asking, could you do Flaneurz? Could I detach my boots? Do you think you would be able to walk with those shoes?
Ask that again. I'm sorry. What was the question?
The fact is my question was boots, skating boots, they have a stiff sole. The sole is really rigid. That means that they are not comfortable at all to walk.
Right.
So me, for example, when I go to my work, I go to work in the morning with my skates on, and then I spend all the day with my Flaneurz shoes. So I spend more time walking and without skating. So, yep. So the fact is like for skating, I know the boots because having a heel can be helpful. It depends for what. Me for street skating, I prefer having a don't fall. For street skating, I prefer having flat because if I'm on the hill, if I go into a little stone, I'm more about to fall in the front. So I prefer flat. For dance, so there is different type of skates, like speed skating, they have flat sole. Roller derby, they have flat sole. Dancing, artistic skating, they have boots. And the reason why we don't make boots, one of the reasons why we don't make boots is that it's not really cool to walk. It's not really comfortable to walk. And the purpose of Flaneurz, we don't do, the skates are not Jackie made an axle with the Flaneurz on. I saw a guy made a double axle. But now people, some guys, they can do, I don't think you can do a triple. I mean, those skates are leisure skates.
No, I really can't. I can't. No.
I mean, Flaneurz skate, they are leisure skate. They are skate for leisure or skate for moving around, you know.
Right.
So,
you're right.
So they are not like a sports skate. So, but maybe one day, because this is a question that people often ask. So maybe one day we will be able to find a balance between the heel and the fact that it has to be comfortable to walk.
Right. Okay, well, I bring this up because my girl, Adrienne, I might be saying too much. It's okay. I always do. She, with Moonlight from Chattanooga, Tennessee, you know, we were talking about like how cool it is, like how cool it would be if she could like if you were to make a bunch of skates for her out of her moon boots. But you raised a very good question or answer that you can't just walk around in a lot of skate boots because they're not comfortable to walk in. So yeah, it would have to be.
They're not made for that because the sole is super stiff. And if you make a soft sole, it won't be as good to skate. So, but maybe one day. I'm in contact with her already. She already wrote to us, and we've been talking a little bit.
Last night. Yeah.
So things we are also at Flaneurz. We are moving on. We have new product that we developed. So hopefully for 2021 next year.
Cool.
New things will go on. No boots though, but new stuff, but no boots. Not yet.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'd be so excited. There's so many times where I'm always skating where I want to go in and get like a margarita or some tacos and they won't let me in. I'll pretend to walk on top of my wheels like, hey, and then they look down and they're like, you can't have those in here. And I'm like, oh, if I only had some Flaneurz and I can take my wheels off of my face. It's a great concept.
This is one of the reasons why we created these two,
so we
because
can get margaritas and
tacos. In French we have a sandwich grec and vin rouge, but it's almost the same, but in a French way. Red wine and baguette sandwich, which is the tacos. Ooh. And the margarita for us is red wine and a baguette sandwich. It's almost the same. To get into the bakery store, it's hard with skates on. So now we can get into them, taking them out. Morgan, I think we're all good. I'll see you on Saturday night. You're going to make me dance on Saturday night. Guys, you know what you do if you want to enjoy during the quarantine. You can enjoy and skate and see wonderful skaters, because a lot of wonderful, great skaters are featured doing little shows in this during this virtual event. So Saturday night, your plans are already booked, guys.
Well, I was going to ask you real quick. Would you like to be a special guest this Saturday?
No. Saturday, I won't. Not this Saturday. Maybe the next one, though.
Okay. All right. I'll hold you to
We'll see. Let's talk about it later on.
Okay. Thank you for
Morgan,
having me.
merci beaucoup. Thank you very much, guys. You're going to be This video will be available for 24 hours on Flaneurz Instagram. So
Okay.
guys, if you missed the beginning, you'll be able to look at it. If you want to share it to other people, you'll be able also. And next week, same time, same place, we'll have Marawa. Marawa, the amazing.
Oh, cool. Yes,
World
definitely.
record of high heels roller skate, world record holder of hula hoop. Very interesting performing artist. So stay tuned and skate. Thank you, Morgan.
Thank you. I need to learn French now after talking to you. I'm like,
Okay, after
enamored.
learning skate, you have to learn French.
Okay, done.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Là.